What up, though, YouTube? This is John. Welcome back to the Mr. Lot YouTube channel. Whether this is your first time watching one of my videos or just the most recent, thank you. I appreciate you for stopping by either way. I wanted to, can I vent to you guys? I wanted to vent about something that is a fleeting thought that I have. I'm being careful not to call it an emotion because I don't really know how to categorize it or what emotion I would categorize it as. But and I'll give you the freedom to critique me, criticize me in the comments. Let me know what emotion this sounds like. But I don't think it's necessarily an emotion, it's just a thought. So, anyways, I recently went to a engineering event in my community, and what always comes up in these events is the school that everyone went to, whether it's the high school or whether it's the university. Now, here in Michigan, specifically the Detroit area, you have three major high schools that people brag about. Cass Tech, which Big Sean, the rapper, actually went to, and a few other uh, prominent people coming out of Detroit. You have Martin Luther King High School, which I think every city pretty much has a Martin Luther King High School. And you have Renaissance, which ironically was right down the street from where I grew up. And then if you take it to the collegiate level, you have two major universities, Michigan State and University of Michigan, which nationally people know them pretty well because they're the state schools. And then you have some other good schools, Eastern Michigan, Western Michigan, Central Michigan, and then a few others that are also pretty good schools. But I didn't go to any of the big name high schools or colleges. And whenever the topic comes up of where someone might have went to school, I'm always kind of chilling back in the conversation instead of really engaging. Why? Because when I think about school, whether it's high school or whether it's college, did I extract everything that I could out of those periods in my life? Yes. Did I go to the most prominent schools or did I have the most robust experience compared to some of my peers, some of my colleagues? No. Actually, I wanted to go to Michigan State, but my father and my mother made a decision that I absolutely 100% thank them for now, which is they told me that I'm going to community college and then I'll transfer wherever I can transfer at after I get my associate's degree. Best decision ever. But sometimes I get this, I don't know, sometimes I get this reminder, not that that was a bad decision because it was an absolutely 100% great decision, but I get the reminder that there are other people who made different decisions and they had a bit more fun. So I sit back and I think, looking back on the past and looking towards the future at the same time, kind of thinking to myself, what position would I be in if I had went that route? If I had did things the way that other people had done them back then, or if I had went to those schools, who knows? You know, who knows what could have happened? I could have been way better off, making more money, or if I went to certain universities, participated in certain programs, had certain fun, I don't know. I could have made some really silly decisions. I'm not saying that I know anybody who has or hasn't. I'm just saying that, hey, thinking about myself and thinking about the type of person. Sorry, these people over here are messing with these geese. But anyways, not that I could be better or worse off, but sometimes I just play that what if kind of game, kind of like the Marvel Cinematic Universe does. What if? What if John went to a big time university instead of a local university that I paid a decent tuition for and paid off my loans for? What if I went to a bigger university? What if I went to a bigger high school? What if I had those bragging rights? Who knows? Would I have crashed out and finished? Would I have even finished? You know? So, vent session over. What I wanted to talk about is the what ifs. And I think that what if can be a very dangerous game. It can be a very tormenting game. And as I think about those things from time to time, what snaps me back to reality is just understanding that I am where I am now. Can't do anything about it. And I'm very proud of where I am now. I stand on the decisions that I've made, or even as a adolescent, as a teenager entering into high school or teenager entering into college. I stand by and support the decisions that were made for me by my parents because they actually turned out to be fantastic decisions for my future. They've landed me in a position to where I control my own fate from a professional perspective, from a financial perspective, from a social perspective. I am still in control. I'm not tied to anything, you know? And I think that because I always want to give you guys value whenever I make these videos. I think that for us that like to look back on the past from time to time and wonder what if, we have to really sit and ask ourselves, what now? Okay, what if? What if you went this route? What if you said this? What if you did this? What if you went here instead of here? Or what if you turned left instead of turned right? I don't know. What if you had pizza instead of chicken? I don't know. But what now? Now that you've made that decision, and if you're like me in this moment, that decision is what, 18 years ago, 14 years ago, something like that. What now? Can you find peace with where you are? Can you find gratitude with where you are? Can you look at some people who maybe have made the decisions that you thought you would have made, and as a result, they have a different set of results and a different set of outcomes that you know that you wouldn't be happy with if you had? You got to start to register these things. And every now and then, when I look at the what ifs and what I didn't do, I always look at, what do I do next? What now? I just gave you academic examples, but I could give you social examples, I could give you professional examples. But the fact of the matter is, I snap out of it and I look at where my feet are and I ask myself, what's next? What now? What's the next move? And then I can take it a step further and ask myself, what can I do to make sure that I don't make another decision that I somewhat question or that I wonder what if about? I just put myself in a position to make sure that I am consciously thinking, progressively thinking, and just picking apart whatever comes next and doing things, making choices that I can be at peace with. So this is more of a like a thought session, vent session, whatever you want to call it. But let me know if this resonates with you. Do you have any decisions that you made or that you wish you didn't make or that you wish you did make that cross your mind from time to time? Ah, you know what? I thought about a word for it. Um, it's not regret, but it's almost like revisionist history. I think it's being revisionist. You know, it's It's hindsight. There we go. That's the word for it. Hindsight. Hindsight is 2020. Yeah. So I'm gonna just keep on hanging out here for a minute, clearing my head before I head back home. I like to get out and enjoy the weather, and I encourage you to, you, whoever you are, wherever you're listening to this, enjoy the weather. Enjoy where you are. Don't think as much about where you've been because you can't do anything about it anyway. But that's my video for today. I hope that you are having a great day, week, whenever you're listening to this. Subscribe to the channel, and every now and then I'll release videos like this that talk about just some inner thoughts where I don't walk, I'm not driving, I'm just kind of sitting down and just having a one-on-one conversation. So until the next video, I'll catch you guys later.